we did have apartment number 3. So we did go to him, had the same strategy. He agreed to go up. He was at $650 previously. He went up to $750.
But we did not charge.
We did not ever charge him, no.
Yeah.
Because later on, was it later on that day? Like after we got done having this conversation with him, we saw his unit a little bit more, understood the condition and what kind of...
And I think it was like running our numbers more,
Yeah.
just kind of seeing like where we need to be and how long will
Right.
it take for us to get there, like how many units do we need to renovate at a time, so on and so forth. And out of all the units, I was like, we have to take care of this one first because the roaches, the bugs, I was like, no. Like,
Well, by take care of, do you mean take care of by getting rid of the tenant or renovating?
well,
Not like in a bad way. But
you
like,
kind of have to remove the tenant to
Of course.
renovate, but also like this is like a big thing, like with all the bugs that was in that unit
Yeah, definitely.
and having kids in there.
It was not safe for them.
Some people are like, you need to call the,
Yeah.
you know,
Child Protective Services.
yeah, just because of how serious it was.
Yeah.
So I feel like we did the right thing. Like it's tough. Hopefully they're in a better place now. I'm not sure where they're at.
So I had a conversation with them actually right before we ended up going to court to go through the whole eviction process and everything.
Yeah, we had to go to court for this whole thing. It was all new to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the court process. That was something in itself.
It was interesting, but
Yeah.
beforehand, so I had the conversation with the guy's daughter. I'm not going to say her name.
Yeah.
And she came out and she was like, listen, like, this is really the kind of style that he's living in. Like, if it were just me and my husband on our own, like, we would not be living these kind of conditions.
Yeah.
And she's the one that also had the kid. So that was his grandbaby because this was his daughter.
Yeah.
And they're like, so we've been trying, because we gave him a notice, like,
30-day notice.
I think it was like June 19th we gave him the notice.
Yeah.
Right. And so they had to be out by, I think we had it July 31st or July 30th or something like that. Yeah, a little over 30 days. We're like, hey, listen, like, I understand it does take some time, especially in this market, to go out and find another property and move into. So we're going to give you a solid 30 days and just a little bit more. But we really needed you guys to, you know, evict so we can come in here and actually fix up and make it livable again.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just telling me, like, this is not what I'd be living in. Like, we've been trying to find a place forever. I don't know what he's doing. He referring to her father. And we're like, okay, like, just we'll keep an eye out for other units for you guys. Like, just try to help you out throughout this process because I know, like I said, it can be difficult.
Right.
So court date finally comes. Well, so we get to July 30th, 31st.
Past the 30-day notice, and then they're still there.
They're still there.
Yeah.
And so I go up again. I'm asking them, like, hey, like, are you guys planning on moving out? Like,
Still.
I don't really know how to go about this because it's, like, the whole first time.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, do I be strict with them and, like, put my hammer down? Or am I, like, should I be lenient so they don't go and mess up the unit even more? Like, I wasn't really sure.
Right.
But, no, I mean, in respects to them, they did not trash it any more than it already was.
Right.
Which
So very thankful.
Thankful.
For that.
Yeah. Thank you for that. But
that's when
it came
Rob told like me, because I was asking around like other investors, like, this is the scenario we're going through. This is our first time. What should we do?
Yeah.
He's like, the second day, or I think he was like the first day or second day, when that 30 days is up, you need a file with the court.
Yeah. So he had a woman on his team that was able to help us out and kind of guide us through all the paperwork and just the system of going through the eviction, right?
Right.
So that was very thankful for that as well. It's nice to have all these mentors in our life that people have already done it because
I
mean,
that's why networking is key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still young. We haven't been through these experiences before. So very grateful for all of that. And we got our court date in place. We had our reasonings of why they needed to go, why they had to be there.
We were like, who's speaking?
Yeah, I remember. You were like,
because everyone, there's like, it's not just you and the tenant there. It's like so many other people you don't know that's watching your court hearing.
And we were in a room probably, I don't know, maybe like 50 by 50 feet wide.
Yeah, it wasn't super big, but it was packed with people.
It was packed with people. So the point, like, people were like sitting on the floor everywhere. They didn't
and
have
the
enough
judge
chairs.
was just so strict.
Oh my gosh, he was strict.
I was like,
he was like this
God.
judge from another judicial office or another courtroom, and he was like, Judge so-and-so can't be here today, so I'm taking his place, and I'm from downtown, so don't mess with me.
Yeah.
Like a judge saying this.
It was something.
I was like, oh, here we go.
Thank God we didn't go first, because
we had no clue.
No clue what to say. So as people are going up and probably like 15 people went before us.
Yeah, we were sitting there forever.
The process was so long, but as they were going up, I was like studying what they were saying.
Yep.
So.
I did the same thing.
And we were like, because only one person was going to speak. I was like, did you want to speak?
Yeah.
And then.
You remember you asked me, you're like, do you want to speak? I was like, I can if you want me to. Like, I don't know.
And then I was like, all right, I'll speak.
Yeah, then you volunteered. I was like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ended up both of us were speaking at some point because when going back over the paperwork, the judge was like, I don't see the date for this and this. Yeah. And I was like, sir, it's right here. He was like, come up here. Show me. So I went and pointed out. He's like, oh, I do see that.
Yeah. And then the tenant was kind of saying like, oh, they were trying to raise the rent on me, and I was like, we didn't even charge you.
Yeah, like you haven't been charged
it's like,
the past
we did talk
2.5 months that you were there.
But we haven't charged you at all. We let you live for free for...
Right, so we could have actually requested money at that court date,
we
which
could have.
Everybody else was doing.
Yeah,
we didn't really care about that because we kind of just, our main focus or priority was just to get them out of the building. So
yeah, because the judge asked, he was like, do you want anything from them? Do you want money? We're like, no.
Yeah.
You know, so that was...
Yeah, I mean, we try to be as fair as possible to them as well because I know it's already going through hard times.
Yeah.
So that was definitely an experience.
So like I said, that eviction was something in itself, but definitely glad we went through it because it's just building our experience. But if you guys want to see what our life is like now as investors and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, you're gonna want to make sure you check out this video right here.